Guys, if you haven't already noticed, that behind me is the Grand Canyon. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ultimate Bucket List. And on today's episode, I risk life and limb trying to take video footage for you guys.
The Grand Canyon. This is one of the most visited natural wonders in all of the free world. And for good reason, because it's absolutely staggering. There's plenty to see here in the Grand Canyon, and if you were to drive from one end to the other, it will take you about 5 to 6 hours, possibly even 7. There's various places that you can visit here in the Grand Canyon, such as the West Rim, the North Rim, but today I'm here in the South Rim, where most of the tourists go and where the best possible views are. The day starts from driving from Route 66 all the way up to the gate.
You'll then be met by park rangers who will charge you exorbitantly for entering a natural wonder. And you gotta give Americans credit, they love charging to see natural beauty.
Now, after they take your money, it's an extra 5-mile drive to the visitor centre. And in between, there's a national park, which you can stop off and camp, etc.
And this is the queue to get in the village. So you're pretty much queuing for quite a bit, if I'm being honest.
But once you've negotiated the traffic and found somewhere to park, you literally come to the visitor centre. This is pretty much the epicentre of the Grand Canyon, and if you're not sure what to do, there's plenty of helpful educational advice from people and on the walls in order for you to have a great time here in the Grand Canyon. I headed off towards the nearest viewpoint, and I must admit the views are pretty staggering.
The Grand Canyon itself is massive. The sheer scale of this place, you really can't believe how big this place is. It doesn't really look like much on the TV. If you see a picture of it, it looks kind of small. This place is huge.
But there's one thing they don't tell you when you come here. You think that you're coming to the middle of nowhere. And technically, yes, you are in the middle of nowhere, but you're in the middle of nowhere with millions of other people. I mean, seriously, there is a lot of tourists here. And like I said, this is the most visited natural beauty attraction around here, so expect there to be lots of people.
My advice, if you do come here, is to come early. Because when I came at about noon, and it was packed. All the car parks were packed, and I had to park about 10 minutes away from the visitor centre. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're looking around a hell of a lot of camera equipment, that's a lot.
But when you do find some space, there's actually quite a lot to see, and the views are pretty amazing. Well, if you can actually get a clean shot, that is. And sometimes it can be a little difficult. But that's just one viewpoint. I highly recommend going off the beaten path and walking to somewhere that's a little bit quieter. You'll still get the same amazing views, but hopefully less people doing stupid stuff like this. I mean, what on earth are they doing? Never mind. But the point is, if you try and go along the path and try and find a clearer shot, you probably will get that. But the best shots happen when you have to climb along ridges and risk life and limb to get these shots, just like these people are doing right here. Unfortunately, there's no shortage of people who want to get that Instagram ready shot, so be prepared to wait it out.
I don't know if you can see this, guys, but to get the best possible pictures, you're going to have to risk life and limb to kind of do it. Now, check out these crazy bastards over here. You know, she's just dangling on the tip, you know, no problem, you know. I had a warning from a lady up there who says that there's a lot of people who fall into the canyon and die just trying to get selfies, so yeah, if you want the pictures, it's at your peril.
5 feet that way, 5 feet that way equals your instant death.
That way is instant death. That way is pretty much instant death. So yeah, you have to literally risk life and limb And that is a long way down, ladies and gentlemen. That is a long effing way down. Look at this place, seriously. Oh my God, this place is massive. And those are some guys hanging off the edge over here. And I'm hanging off the edge over here. This is my foot. That's certain death. So yeah, boy, it's a long way down if you make a mistake trying to take a selfie, that's for sure. Oh moly.
I have heard stories from other tourists saying that, you know, people do fall down the canyon, so be ultra careful.
I think these guys right here, I think this was a baseball team on spring break, and they were doing some pretty risky things. And I kind of felt left out, so I kind of joined them in that. But if you don't want to risk life and limb trying to get those pictures, there are observation points literally all the way along the south rim. So you don't have to climb along edges, you can actually view them from comfort of an indoor hut. And there's plenty of educational things to see in these observation points, but where's the fun in that? There are buses that can transport you to various observation points, and I highly recommend that you take them. Unfortunately,
Okay guys, I'm back in the car, but I'm still in the Grand Canyon. The buses are a fantastic idea, but today it was just too busy. All the buses were packed to holy hell. It was taking 5 minutes per stop, and I've just wasted 20 minutes to travel effectively 1 mile. So yeah, I decided, you know what, I'll just hop back in the car. I'll just drive myself, that's fine, you know, nah. So with the buses, it takes forever. With the parking, with the car, it's no parking. So yeah, really didn't think of this. Come earlier, no joke, come earlier.
And take your time, guys. Please get here early in the morning and use the buses to get to the different points before the sun sets. Currently it's not sunny, so the chance of me getting a sunset shot over the canyon is pretty much slim and none. But come here during the summertime and you'll get those typical National Geographic shots that everyone wants to take.
so once you get back to the visitor centre, there's also a whole bunch of shops, cafes, restaurants and bars for you to buy food, drink and a crap load of tacky souvenirs to take home with you. There's definitely no shortage of that. And obviously, once you go back onto the road, you're basically back on the road to Route 66.
Definitely add this to your bucket list. Come during the summer and it'll probably bring out the red in the rocks and it'll be a lot warmer because at the moment it's freezing. It's really cold. It was 19 degrees Fahrenheit or -7 degrees Celsius last night in Flagstaff, so I can imagine this place is pretty cold during the night. And it's actually freezing now. I mean, I don't know if you can see off camera, but there are people wielding snowballs at each other here in the Grand Canyon. Probably not a smart idea given that, you know, you could fall to your death, but you know, yeah, hurl snowballs. Okay, Nin, I'm sold. What do I do? Well guys, you'll need to travel north from Route 66, so anywhere from Kingman, Marshall or Flagstaff will pretty much get you here in about an hour or 90 minutes. The cost of it? $30. $30 if you're in a car like me. If you're not in a car, if you're on a motorbike, it might cost a bit less. If you're on a bus, it might cost you more. And is there anything else I need to know? Yes, it's busy. Wear hiking boots, drink plenty of water and plan your route in advance, because if you don't, you'll be wasting a lot of time just meandering around the same point like I've been doing for the last 2 hours right here. This is just one point. There are like hundreds in either direction. And guys, be prepared because this is probably one of the most visited tourist attractions here in Arizona. So be prepared for crowds of people elbowing you, taking pictures, etc. Obviously, good karma, offers to take pictures for people like I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. But guys, definitely add this to your bucket list. See it if you're in Arizona or Vegas. And what can I say? Check this place out. If you have enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Comment on the comment section below, and if you've got any ideas, any other ideas for bucket list ideas that you want me to try and attempt, tweet them at me. And if I get enough suggestions, I'll be sure to, I'll give it a go. What can I say? So guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. After driving along Route 66, I end up, come on. Well, you'll need to drive north from Route 66, anywhere between, shit, what's it called? It's called Marshall. Well, you'll need to, come on. I haven't come across any rattlesnakes, thank God, because don't like snakes.